in the hardware, we're going to talk about patches, the way they used to do it, the way they're doing it now, and the vulcanizing patches that people use to repair inner tubes. And now they're still doing some patching, but it's usually inside the tire, which is actually a better way of doing it than plugging it. But they make a plug patch that's really good for that too. But anyway, here is what we've got, and I wanted to show you a few things. First off is this black unit that I don't have a name on. I'm not sure the company that made it, but it is more of a commercial model that would have mounted on the wall, and it'll do a small patch or a big patch, and this would hold it down when you vulcanized it. And we're going to talk a little bit about vulcanizing, but here is more of a personal unit. This is what you would probably have in your car with you. And you got to realize that in the 1920s, the horses were still on the road also, so they was losing nails from their horseshoes all the time. So that was causing trouble with tires, and needing to patch them quite often. So you could patch it alongside the road and pump it up by hand with an air pump. So it wasn't so bad of a deal, and people didn't mind doing a little work back then. So anyway, vulcanizing. Vulcanizing is when you're actually using rubber and sulfur together, and heat, of course, and that sort of bonds it together. And that was something that was invented in 1839 by Charles Goodyear, and the same Goodyear that was named after the Goodyear Tire Company. The only crazy thing is the Goodyear Tire Company was started 40 years after that. So he was already gone by that time. Of all the patches here, and you'll see it says vulcanizing cement, this is the new style of vulcanizing. This is just a vulcanizing cement, the glue on. And of course this is too, don't know what year it's from, that's Camel. And I would guess 50s, 60s, I don't know. Maybe a little later than that. And then we've got the original deal right here. The old Camels. These are probably from the 20s, maybe the 30s, and these are real vulcanizing patches, and we're going to show you what they look like and how they work and tell you how they do it. And this is what you've got. You've got these. There's 10 in a pack of these, and there's only 9 in this box now because I did light one to make sure that it was going to work, because as you can see, there's a little bit of rust around the steel pan here, and I wanted to make sure it was going to light like it was supposed to. So basically what this is a patch here. You would pull this off and it'll stick to your inner tube, and of course you still got to rough your inner tube up really well. Okay, this sticks to your inner tube. Then you use this clamp, and this will go in and clamp down over your hole, and then once you get it pressured, you actually light it. Everything I've read that is people's opinions, they say that this has been outlawed in the United States for sale or banned, and I cannot find any rule or law that states that. I don't know why they quit doing it or quit making them. A lot of people, one of them said that there was a big truck wreck and it burnt, and that was the reason. One of them said that the chemicals that comes off the sulfur, and I don't know for sure that this is sulfur in this pan. It may not be. I know sulfur is combustible. It sort of burns like gunpowder, only slower. So I can't guarantee you of what the actual reaction is, but I know the chemical reaction between sulfur and rubber is what we're trying to make. What we're going to do is we're going to get an inner tube and we're going to actually try this. Now, our only problem is this takes 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit to actually vulcanize, the process. And I don't know that we're going to get that kind of temperature out of this. I know we're going to try, and we'll see what happens. I know a lot of companies made these patches, and some of them were called sizzle patches, and that was just the Monkey Grip in Texas made them, and they actually that was sort of their trademark. We're going to give this a try and see what happens, but this will be the process of vulcanizing. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to work because I don't know that we can create enough heat as old as this is, but you'll get to see exactly how it's done and what the process was like. And like I said, you would have these patches, you would have this with you, and then you'd have an air pump and, you know, the tools and the ability. And then 10 patches, 1925 would have been about $1.60. So you're looking at about 16 cents per patch. So they probably would have charged maybe a quarter to patch a tire, and you know, they made 9 cents, which, you know, was something back then. Not nothing now. I don't know if you can buy anything for 9 cents, but anyway, that's the deal. Let's see what we can do. Okay, folks, sort of started without you here. Anyway, we got a hole right here, and just a small hole, and what we're doing is we're cleaning it up. We're actually scratching it up. We're roughing it up so the vulcanizing will work. So what we're hoping is, and I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I'm hoping it's going to work, but there's a good chance that we're not going to create enough heat, because I had tested one of these to make sure, to see how good it was going to do, and although it did sizzle along, it didn't do as good as I thought it should, so it may or may not work. We're going to see. The other thing we need to do is get some paint thinner, since we got it scratched off. Now, they probably would have used gasoline or something like that originally. Alcohol would do it. Bacardi rum, tequila. I don't have any of that though, so we'll have to deal with the paint thinner. This is just lacquer thinner here. Alright, once you get that done, hopefully, as you can see, this patch, this metal tray, and then our sulfur or whatever it is burning in the center, and then we got to take this piece off here, and it should stick to it, but this might take a minute here. Can't believe something, it's only 100 years old. It should work fine, being that it's American made anyway. Now, China made sometimes ain't good enough to make it on the ship across the ocean. Now, it's going to take me a minute. I will get it. Okay, so we got it. We're going to put it right where we want it, over top of the hole. We'll take our clamp, clamper. Now the other thing is, I don't have no matches. I quit smoking, so I got to go find a lighter. And then we'll see what happens. Alright, folks. Got me a lighter. So, I'm going to hold this end up just a little bit, just so we'll have something to light. We're going to try it. Alright, now I don't know if that made enough heat or not. So, this is a 5-minute vulcanization. So we're going to try to leave this for 3 to 5 minutes before we take it off. And like I said, I doubt it made enough heat. But you never know. It may have. Actually, I can feel a little bit of heat through the bottom of it. So, maybe it'll be okay, and maybe it won't. So 5 minutes and I'll be back. Alright folks, 5 minutes are up. Cooled down quite a bit. It's got a lot of heat all the way through it though, so I mean, maybe it's going to work, I don't know. Here's what happens when you try to use a nearly 100-year-old patch. Whew, still kind of hot. Well, I don't think it's on there good enough. No. No, it didn't vulcanize, so that tells me it didn't make it to the 320 degrees that we need. Which don't surprise me, because, I mean, I didn't think that it done it quite as good as it should. Now, we're going to try it again, just because I want to. And I think maybe we'll go toward the bottom of the batch here and see maybe if they look better. Well, I don't know about that. I think these things have had a little moisture. Definitely had a little moisture. They do have a greener color. There's one more, but we'll take the one before the bottom one. Yeah, somebody said that you can still get these in South America somewhere. I have no plans to go to South America. I didn't lose anything there. I gotta find my place again here. There it is, right there. Alright, so we're gonna go about it just the same way we did. We'll scratch it up again. I'm going to try something a little different that I didn't do, and I'm going to really torque down on that thing and make it as tight as I can get it this time. Alright. See how bad this one's going to be to get off. There we go, a little better. All right. I'm thinking that the tighter we tighten it, the more heat will transfer, the more of a chance that we have of it working. That's my theory. We could have switched to the bigger clamp too. Oh yeah. Now let's see what this looks like burning. Alright, there you go. Let's leave it 5 minutes and see what happens. Alright folks, 5 minutes later. It feels hotter, but it could be because we done it twice and the heat was from the first time. What are we gonna say? Whew. Still got a lot of heat there. Alright, let me, I'm going to dump this out of the patch first. Or try to get it out. Alright, Now it's out and it's sticking to it good, but I don't think it worked. It looks like it tried to, possibly, and just didn't do it all the way. I think it got hotter, just not hot enough. So, well, it's close. Closer than it was. It's still a little bit sticky. Yeah. So anyway, success wasn't really, was too worried, you know, I wasn't too worried about that anyway, especially with this thing being nearly 100 years old, but that actually don't look too bad. I don't think it would hold. I'm tempted to just pull it off to see how hard it pulls, but I don't know. Partially there. Well, there you go. That's how it works, or how it worked back in the old days. Don't know why they done away with them. I think you can still buy the electric presses, but I don't think we can get the right material here. And I'm thinking that maybe it's a possibility that this material is rubber and has sulfur in it, and maybe it's bad for you or something. And I'm sitting here touching it, so but I'm not eating it. But maybe that's the problem. I don't know, because I actually seen somebody do this same system using a car piston and a homemade clamp, and put wood down on top of the piston, and or in the bottom of the piston, and actually set it on fire, and that's how he done it. So basically the heating source can come from a different source than what is on these patches. So I'm not going to say that that's the sulfur in there. That could be sulfur, but it could be something else burning. But I do know it lasted a long time, you know, to be that old and still actually, you know, at least fire up. So, you know, if it works this good at, you know, 80 years old or 100 years old or whatever it is, I'm sure back then, you know, this would have been a pretty simple job for anybody to do. And I'm sure it worked well. But anyway, here's the replacement, which is regular patches, and they stick on, but you put your vulcanizing glue on first, and you basically let it sit and almost dry, and then just put your patch on and you're done. And they work. I'm not saying they work great, but they do work. And but like I said, I'm not, you know, there's a lot of opinions on why this system is not used anymore, but most of it's just, you know, opinions. I haven't found any hard facts, and I actually searched for them facts, hoping that there was something from the government that, you know, gave a reason or something, and I found nothing at all. So anyway, but like I said, this is the I guess the civilian model, or this is the model that you'd have with you in your car, and this is going to be the big, probably service station model, and for different sizes, and you clamp it down, and same thing, and it's just got a little tray. And I've had that one for years, and just hopefully one day we'll be able to get the proper patches and we can try this thing again. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Next time, bye. All right, folks, last week's mystery tool, we still have no clue what it is. Nobody seems to know. I've seen a couple other listed on the internet of people don't know what they are, but if we find out, we'll definitely let you know. This week's tool, I know what it is. I've had this for a long time, and I've actually used it a few times. Now, this is the working end of this tool. This would have been a thumb screw originally. Someone's lost it and put a regular screw in it. Now this slides, and it'll slide all the way up to the end, and these are separate from each other. One will slide, the other will slide. So I'll let you guess at what this is. I can't show you the other side because there is a patent on it. There is some measurements on it. But there you go. You tell me what you think it is. And next week I'll tell you exactly what it is. Alright. Appreciate everybody watching. Till next time. Bye.